We are off on our journey.
Welcome to video number 4, an overview of Israel. As we look at the events happening in the world today, most of us get the feeling we are racing toward the end time. Bad things happen every day. The whole world is in turmoil. Just look at the recent attacks in the USA, England, and France. And the USA is involved in a number of wars in the Middle East involving ISIS and their affiliates. It will continue to get worse over time, guaranteed. And for our kids' and grandkids' sake, may there be some semblance of peace for many years. But God has a plan. There is one and only one country and city to focus on as the end times approach. Do not look at New York City, Los Angeles, London, Paris, or Rome. Just keep your eyes on Israel and Jerusalem. Israel lies in the eye of the storm. Israel and its holy city, Jerusalem, hold the keys to the future. So let's begin this journey and head to Israel. We will find out what God says throughout the Bible about Israel. Some general information first. Israel is the size of New Jersey. It consists of 8,630 square miles. It is 290 miles long and 85 miles wide at the widest point. The population at the end of 2015 was 8.46 million. This includes 6.34 million Jews and 1.76 million Arabs. Experts predict the population of Israel will reach 10 million by 2025 or sooner. Out of approximately 14.3 million Jewish people in the world today, 43% reside in Israel. What about Messianic Jews, those who know Jesus? It is estimated that there are 15,000 Messianic Jewish believers in Israel today. Let's look at a current map of Israel and the surrounding countries around Israel and two areas within Israel. Okay, we are now looking at the map of Israel and the surrounding countries. Let's start here with Israel. This is the outline of Israel with the Mediterranean Sea to the west. Let's start in the south. This is Eilat, down by the Red Sea, the Negev Desert. Gaza's right here, the Gaza Strip that we hear about. Here is the Dead Sea. Here is Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Haifa, and up to the north is the Sea of Galilee. So let's head up to Lebanon to the north. Beirut is the capital. Population is 6 million. 54% are Muslim. The border with Israel is this line right here, is the blue line established after the 2006 war with Hezbollah. Hezbollah is even more powerful today. To the northeast, right here, is Syria, and Damascus is the capital. Population 23 million, 90% Muslim. The civil war there has been ongoing since 2011. The U.S. is fighting ISIS in Syria today. The purple line, which would be this border right here, was established with Israel. Israel occupied the Golan Heights in 1964 and annexed it in 1981. Now let's move on to the east, which is Jordan, and the capital is Amman. Population 10 million, 95% Muslim. Jordan captured the West Bank and the Old City during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Jordan annexed the West Bank in 1950. Israel took all the land back during the Six-Day War in 1967. A peace treaty was signed with Israel in 1994. All right, to the south is Egypt, and the capital is Cairo, population 92 million, 90% Muslim. Egypt occupied Gaza, which is right here, in 1948 war. Israel occupied the Sinai Peninsula, which is right here, and the Gaza after the 1967 war. A peace treaty was signed in 1979. At that time, Egypt renounced claims to Gaza, and Israel withdrew from the Sinai. All right, let's talk a little bit here about Gaza. Right here, very small area. Population 1.85 million. Israel granted the Palestinian Authority limited self-government through the Oslo Accord in 1994. In 2005, Israel evacuated Gaza, and today Gaza is ruled by Hamas. We hear about tunnels under the border and missiles fired into Israel by Hamas. Finally, let's talk about the West Bank, which is right here. West Bank is 85% Muslim. Today, the Palestinian Authority administers 39% of the West Bank, and 61% remains under direct Israel military and civilian control. We hear much today in the news about settlements in the West Bank. Why show and describe these countries surrounding Israel and the two areas within Israel? There are 330 million Muslims as neighbors, either on the border or in close proximity, whose primary aim is to annihilate Israel and throw them into the sea. The 1988 Hamas Charter states that Islam will obliterate Israel. The West Bank communities today are infiltrated by Hamas and ISIS. One example is the town of Bethlehem. In 1950, Bethlehem and nearby villages were 86% Christian. Today it is down to 12%. Regarding the Temple Mount, Israel permits the Waqf, a Muslim nonprofit, to maintain the site, to govern its maintenance and some control. Jewish prayers are not allowed on the Temple Mount. And from biblical prophecy, there is an upcoming war between Israel and its common border neighbors. This is found in Psalms 83. A future video will zero in on this war. Let's look beyond the limits of Israel, and we find that the United Nations is against Israel. As of 2012, the UN has passed 79 resolutions directly critical of Israel, and 40% of the UN Human Rights Council resolutions have been against Israel. There is worldwide mainstream media bias against Israel, claiming the illegal occupation of Palestinian lands. Why is Israel so important? Did you know that the nation of Israel was created by a sovereign act of God? Almighty God has already determined the rights of Israel to its land. The land belongs to God, Leviticus 25:23. God gave the land to the descendants of Abraham, Genesis 12:7. And the land was given based on an unconditional covenant from God and not based on faithfulness, Genesis 17:7-8. The Old City is the most controversial piece of real estate in the world. Why Jerusalem? Why the Temple Mount? Because that is where Yeshua, Jesus, will return. It is from this area that he will rule in the age to come. His throne will be there. It is amazing that Israel exists today with nearly the entire world against her. If a person wants a sign from heaven that there is a God, and he calls himself the God of Israel, this is it. There is no other rational explanation for Israel's continued existence and success except God. Israel is the only nation in the world that is governing itself in the same territory, under the same name, and with the same religion and same language as it did 3,000 years ago. My wife and I were in Israel as part of a Holy Land tour in October of 2013. Just a few weeks prior, President Obama drew a red line in the sand regarding Syria using chemical weapons against his own people. Please check the following clip, which shows a mosque in the Syrian city just across the border, and also a UN Outlook post. This concludes with a couple pictures of the Israeli Defense Forces on practice maneuvers in the Golan Heights. Please stay tuned. Video number 5 will continue with Israel. We will review a little bit of history and discuss future events regarding Israel.